Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever Pokemon Go video. And in this video today, I'm going to be going over with you guys my Freestyle PvP Great League tournament in a server ran by Trails on Discord. And I was in Tournament 6. And yeah, I'm going to be going over the play-by-play with you guys. There's 18 participants, and I won the entire thing 5-0. I went 10-0. I did not lose a single match, which I'm very proud of. Honestly, I was expecting to go into it with no expectations. I was expecting to just lose out from the very beginning. But no. Alright. So let's jump into the first freestyle, shall we? Alright. So in this freestyle, we're going to be going up against our first opponent. And I believe I will have his team up on the screen. But let's see here. I forget what he ran exactly, but I'm going to check that right now. Let's see here. I'm just going to the tournament page just to look at his teams. Let's see here. Back results. Alright. Where is he? Okay, he ran Altaria, Azumarill, Skarmory, Umbreon, Cham, and Meganium. That was his entire lineup. Alright, so let's get into this first battle here. And what I'm thinking here is, I made a team actually right before, and you'll see I have a pre-made team, or I did have a pre-made team. So basically, I went into it leading with Lanturn, expecting him to open with either Azumarill, Skarmory, since Lanturn counters them both pretty decently. It's more of a hard counter towards Skarmory, more of a soft counter towards Azumarill, but I'm fine with baiting and using two shields on my end. So here we go. I open with Lanturn, he opens with Azumarill. I predicted that pretty well, and here I just, I start off trying to gain as much energy as I can to fire off a T-Bolt, and if anything, just bait one of his shields. He obviously is able to Q that Ice Beam earlier than I can Q that Thunderbolt. Takes less energy. So here we go. I fire off the Thunderbolt. And let's see here. He blocks, which is very good for me. And I continue to just spam Water Gun. He throws off another Ice Beam, I believe. I don't block, because I know how long it takes Ice Beam to charge, and blocking there would just not be smart. It'd be a waste of a shield, because Ice Beam barely does any damage. Here I Q off another T-Bolt. He doesn't block it, which I was actually very surprised about. And wow, he has 1 HP left, and he luckily gets off one more Ice Beam. I block so I can conserve some health to maybe get off another like Thunderbolt or maybe even Hydro Pump, depending on what he has next. Let's see here. What does he have next? Here he brings out Altaria. I'm thinking, okay, if I get off a Thunderbolt, I'm either going to break his last shield or do damage. And I did enough damage to where I felt in a comfortable spot. Now here, I believe I switched to Skarmory because I resist that Sky Attack. And also, I believe I resist Dragon Breath because that's Steel typing. Here I don't block the Sky Attack simply because, that damage isn't worth a shield block. I want to conserve a shield. Here I use a Sky Attack to either kill him or bait a shield. Let's see. He shields, surprisingly. If I was... yeah, I mean, I guess he shields to get that last Sky Attack off, but... Here, I shield. Again, to preserve energy and health. Let's see, what does he bring in next? Alright, here Meganium, I'm honestly feeling I'm feeling great. I'm in a great spot. This is an easy dub right here. I Q the Sky Attack, it does most of his health. And he gets off one Frenzy Plant before he goes out. And that frenzy plant is, I'm resisting it times 2, so it does a ton of reduced damage to me. I believe it's like 25% of what it would do like normally. Since I double resisted, that steel typing resists grass, and so does flying typing. Alright. So I wrap up the first battle with a pretty large win. I still had 1 Pokemon left. And let's see here. In this next battle, I lead with Skarmory actually, because of the fact that I expect him to open with a Meganium, or open with a Metacham, or even Altaria, because I consider Skarmory a pretty good counter to Altaria, even though that Dragon Breath is very spammy. Alright, let's see here. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, I open with Skarmory as usual. He opens with a Azumarill, so here I'm like, okay, this isn't a very good opening match for me. I know his Ice Beam will do a lot of good chip damage to me. If you Sky Attack, he actually switches, which I don't think was a very smart move on his end, because he could have easily killed me there. But he switches into Skarmory. I get off a Sky Attack. I switch, preserve energy, bring out Lanturn. He's locked in. I'm locked in, and I'm in a good spot here. He Sky Attacks again. I don't shield, because just again, that damage is not worth using a shield for. I queue up my T-Bolt to do super effective damage. He blocks. That's a smart block, but he's still gonna lose this matchup clearly. I don't block again. I want to preserve my shields in case. Here again, I just go to town with Water Gun. Here I'm getting a little bit greedy, trying to gain some extra energy for whatever comes in next, so I can potentially fire off 2 T-Bolts. Here I have a Hydro Pump and T-Bolt fully charged. He has 2 Pokemon. I'd preemptively use Thunderbolt expecting a Azumarill. He doesn't block, very good for me. I have about half energy left to charge on the Thunderbolt. He gets the Q off, what is this? I believe Play Rough? No, Ice Beam. I block so that I can use that Thunderbolt one more time to bait out a shield or get rid of that Azumarill. He blocks, which is good for me. I still have 2 more Pokemon left. He kills my Lanturn, and I assume he still has some energy to fire off. I switch out to Skarmory to take the least damage possible, because that Metacham would have not been a good choice for me. If he had Play Rough, that would have been over. And I predicted his Meganium to be his closer. We're experiencing a tiny bit of lag here. I hit him with the Sky Attack, super effective damage, and at this point the game is all but over. Yep. Those were 2 pretty good games. I predicted his lineup pretty well. I expected a Meganium. Just because I composed a team that was kind of weak to grass on a few fronts, like my Wishcash I had in my lineup. Kind of to bait a grass type in there. My Lanturn also is weak to grass. That water typing. Yeah, basically he used Meganium to counter those 2 things. He used Azumarill to counter my Skarmory and my Cham. And let's see here, what else did he use? That's pretty much it. Azumarill, Meganium, and Skarmory there. Alright, that was a pretty decent battle. Alright, and now we're moving on to the next battle here in the Freestyle Great League. which is a guy who actually entered it thinking it was a Twilight Cup, so he actually used his Twilight team this tournament. He didn't actually do that bad. We had some pretty close matchups here. Alright, let's see, he's choosing his team. Alright, so I lead with Wishcash here. He leads with Golbat. This is somewhat of a good matchup for me. If I can just bait his shields, I can use a Blizzard on him and one-hit KO him. But instead I go for a Mud Bomb here. He actually uses his shield, which is very surprising. Maybe he somehow thought I had a Blizzard charged. He switches out. I have a Mud Bomb ready. And a Blizzard, I switch out to preserve those charge moves. Lanturn, counter his Azumarill. Again, Azumarill is a Twilight Pokemon, so that play rough there I don't block. Just because, again, I don't like using shields if I know it's not going to like inflict too much damage to me. I know I can like tough it out in the end. I actually don't block another play rough, which I may have been risking my Lanturn's health a little bit too much there. I use Thunderbolt, he uses a shield. Now here I'm feeling pretty good about that. I have 2 shields, he has none. And right here is a crucial moment because I actually shield thinking I can get off the T-Bolt. And I actually managed to get it off with literally 1 health left. So this is a huge gamble by me, but it paid off because it KO'd the Azumarill, which I needed to get rid of there. Here he has Skuntank. I switch into my Wishcash because I know Skuntank's only weakness is ground. So here I queue off my ground move. Super effective, dealing more than half health. I have another one. Exactly how I planned in my head, it worked right there. And last but not least, he has that Golbat. I blocked the Shadow Ball because I believe I can get off another Blizzard here. I believe I KO it. No, I don't. He uses his Poison Sting, Poison Fang. Yeah, Poison Fang here. Not gonna do anything to me, and this is all but game right here as I queue off my Blizzard and pretty much one hit KOs it. So yeah, that was a great first game. It sucks for him though because he went into this tournament with a Twilight team, and a lot of my Pokemon are super effective to his Twilight Cup. Like my Wishcash has the ground moves to counter any of like the dark poisons, like Alolan Muck, I believe, right? Is dark poison? I believe Alolan Muck is dark poison. Like Alolan Muck, like regular Muck, like Toxicroak, like the Skuntank he had, Drapion, just like a handful of Pokemon that Wishcash counters very well here. Alright, now going into our follow-up match, I use Wishcash, Skarmory, and Lanturn as my lineup. Pretty much the same thing. I won the last one, so why switch when I won? That's what I'm thinking here. And let's see, he leads here with Golbat again, so he didn't switch either. So I am okay with this. And this time I know for a fact if I use Mud Bomb, he's not going to block it. He definitely learned from that mistake. Here I fire off Mud Bomb just to get a little bit of chip damage going. Here he switches out again to Azumarill. That's not a bad play, but then again he gets locked in once again. Same thing this round. I lock him with my Lanturn. Uses play rough. I don't bluff because I know I can eat that damage. And here I experience a little bit of lag, but that's fine. He actually is able to get off another play rough, which I do block this time because I learned from my mistake of not blocking both play roughs last match. Now I'm firing off a Thunderbolt. He blocks it, of course, otherwise that would have done massive damage. Basically, my strategy here is to just keep queuing off the Thunderbolt because I need to get that Azumarill out of the play. I block his play rough there. Use my Thunderbolt. And he blocks again. So that's good for me. We both are on 0 shields though. And he's able to take out my Lanturn with play rough here. And now I believe I switch into Wishcash. Yep. I fire off my ground move. Does a tad bit of damage. I get to fire off another one because I stored up energy from the beginning. That KOs his Wishcash there. And he actually comes in with the Golbat with a Shadow Ball, which was actually very smart on his part, but it does not KO me. And here I actually switch off the Skarmory because I want to preserve that tiny bit of health left I had on the Wishcash. Here he uses another Shadow Ball, which is smart play because he needs that damage. That Poison Sting wouldn't have done anything because I resist poison. I'm Steel type. I fire off my Sky Attack. It KOs that Golbat there. He brings in his Skuntank. I eventually get enough energy to fire off another Sky Attack. He has no shields. That brings him down into the red there. And I believe he fires off a Flamethrower here. Yep. Obviously, that's going to KO me. It's super effective. Then I bring in my Wishcash here with a tiny bit of health left, and I can just barely squeeze in my ground move, the Mud Bomb, and KO that last Pokemon of his, Skuntank. So all in all, that last game was very close. It could have went either way there. And I'm overall happy here with my 2-0 so far in the tournament. And yeah, great games overall.